Good morning. I'm Pat Frey, Executive Director of Home for Good in Columbus, Georgia.
And I'm Denise McWhorter from the Community Reinvestment Department at the Government Center from Columbus, Georgia as well.
We want to talk a little bit about the community of practice. We just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. We had the opportunity back in July, I think it was July the 18th, to be in the community of practice regarding governance structure. And it was happenstance that we were already reviewing our governance charter. Denise is always really good in reminding us when we need to make sure that certain tasks get done by a certain deadline. And this was our 5th year with our governance charter. We had made small revisions and additions as requirements were necessary, but we had already in our charter that we have to do a full review every 5 years. So we had started that back in May. So this came right on time. Yes, we were in the middle of NOFA season, and it's like, how in the world are we going to do this? In addition to working on the application, of course, and everything else that we all have to do. But the experience not only led us to review what our process was, what our current charter was. It gave us access to experts, to other communities who are going through the same struggles as we are, some of them who have accomplished some things that we had not accomplished. And so we were able to have a great sounding board, an opportunity to learn from each other. We have a messaging app on Flock that we use to communicate with each other outside of emails. We're not filling up each other's emails and all, but we also share documents. And I proudly used one of the Colorado Balance of States templates from their action plan that we did in a presentation I did to our COC board just last week. And I was talking with Sean at Colorado Balance of State who wrote it, and he said, well, that's great because I was looking at yours and I'm going to use some things from yours. So the experience was absolutely phenomenal. And the action plan that we were required to do as part of our homework, and please make time for your homework. Don't try and do it an hour before you get on the call, because it doesn't work that way. It really takes some thought. But the action plan made me a person who overcommits all the time, put it down in writing with a deadline so that absolutely positively we're going to meet the deadlines because it's in writing. And if it's, as my staff will tell you, if it's not in writing, it didn't happen. But if it is in writing, it has, or it's going to happen. So Denise, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a great program, and it did benefit us. Some of the takeaways that definitely helped our community was in the decision-making process for our governance, and it was a really how to form it really well. And one of the things is, why should our community have a governance, an effective governance? And a mere governance is not enough. You really have to be proactive, and you have to be pro-people. A successful governance puts their people at the center of the development, and that's exactly what we do.
Sure.
And that's very important as well. Your community is a major part of it, and this program really helped us bring the community together. One of the other takeaways was how do we find strategies to optimize our governance design? And we really needed some help on the design aspect of it, and this program did help us as well. We were able to better define leadership roles and getting buy-ins from our decision-making process, and then also infusing the consumer voice. And by infusing the consumer voice, we was able to maximize the involvement of those who lived the experience. And that was a major part of it as well. Having someone who's lived the experience can really add to the program. So those are really some of the good takeaways we had in the community.
Absolutely. And just going forward as other communities are looking at joining the community of practice, yes, it seems like there's one more thing on your plate. It's one more thing you have to do. But I'm telling you, it will make clear some of the things that you've probably been struggling with and may not have wanted to tell anybody about. I know I was always looking at our community as, well, maybe we're a little behind on this, and we were very pleasantly surprised in some areas, and in some areas it gave us the boost and the initiative to go forward. So having that being said, again, having an open mind going in, being open to having real conversations with your fellow participants, setting aside time to do the homework, and then once you set those goals and then actually following through on them, we saw a huge benefit to our community, and it really will drive what we do probably for the next year. So we wish everyone all the best in their communities of practice. Good luck to you, and we actually look forward to participating in more communities of practice going forward. Thank you.